Victor Gyokeres to Arsenal has been given the here we go. You can see the excitement in my face now. I am speechless about this. Genuinely, the saga is finally over. This was a nightmare for all of us. Absolutely all of us. But finally, we've got our man over the line, it seems. Fabrizio Romano himself has given us the here we go. And let's talk a little bit more about Victor Gyokeres first, before we get into what actually happened. So Victor Gyokeres, he's a player, a striker, that has played for Sporting. He had a contract up until 2028, I believe. He's a Swedish international, about 27 years old, 26, 27 years old. According to SofaSports, and this is what I'm taking my information from right now. According to SofaScore, sorry. He's 187 centimeters tall. Someone translate that to feet, please, because that's my language. He has a preferred right foot. He wears the number 9 shirt, but at Arsenal, I'm hearing that he's going to wear the number 14. Looking now at his strengths, according again to SofaScore, his strengths are anchor play, finishing and position, and his weakness is ball control. I'm not too concerned about that personally. But looking now at what we have signed, and we've needed this for the longest while now. You've seen it in the past, I'd say 2 seasons. I would say 3 seasons, but I think Eddie Nketiah actually did really well 3 seasons ago. But you can see it in the past 2 seasons. We've needed a striker. We've needed someone to put the goals away. And we've needed more things as well, but we'll talk about that soon enough. For now, this is Victor Gyokeres. Now, Victor Gyokeres, coming into the Arsenal squad, I heard about this last season. He might consider making a move to Arsenal. But it didn't happen in the end. In the end, we just struggled too much with very slow business, signing Calafiori and Mourinho, but taking too long in the process. And I was worried that this was what's happening with Arsenal. But we have to give Andrea Berta, we have to give him a standing ovation here. What a first transfer window he has had for us. Already, he has addressed so much. He's addressed a backup for Saliba. He's addressed replacing Thomas Partey and Jorginho. He's addressed a backup for Saka. And now he's... Oh yeah, and he addressed a backup goalkeeper as well. And now he's addressed the starting shooter. He's addressed our striker. The position that we have been crying out for 2 whole seasons. What else can we say about this now? Well, whilst I don't think this squad is entirely complete yet, I still think we need a left winger. And I'm also a little bit concerned about the left back position as well, because I understand that Zinchenko is one of the players that are very likely to leave this summer. So I do think that we'll probably need an addition to the left back, as well as a left winger as well. But for now, Victor Gyokeres, he has been given the here we go, and I'm going to read it out right now. I don't know how to put a screenshot up on this right now, so do forgive me for that. But from my phone, according to Fabrizio Romano himself, Victor Gyokeres to Arsenal, here we go. Verbal agreement in place between all parties involved. Sporting accepted last bid from Arsenal for 63.5 million plus 10 million in add-ons. Agent will reduce his commission, and that was surprising even for me. I've never heard of this happening in my life. Gyokeres will sign a 5-year deal at Arsenal. He only wanted Arsenal. And I want to pay a bit more attention actually to that very last line. He only wanted Arsenal. If this man really only wanted Arsenal, and clearly he did, he went on strike for us. He apparently broke up with his girlfriend for us. He got his agent to take a cut of his commissions. Um, this man has been fighting tooth and nail to get to us. I've never seen something like that in my life, genuinely. But in the end, it has all paid off. Gyokeres has been given the here we go, and now we await medicals, we await the signing, and we're awaiting the announcement. But I can genuinely say I am actually quite excited for this. I'm really excited to see him in an Arsenal shirt, excited to see him play in the attack, excited to hopefully see him score plenty of goals. But even with all of that, we still need a left winger. Now, we have been linked quite heavily with a move for Rodrigo from Real Madrid. And Rodrigo, he would be a class signing as well. That would be a statement signing as well as Victor Gyokeres. Now, I actually think we need an out-and-out left winger more than we need anyone else. I wouldn't mind having other people, and I know we've been heavily linked as well with a move for Eberechi Eze. But look, we need the left wing position sorted 110%. And if we had a front three of Rodrigo, Victor Gyokeres, and Bukayo Saka, just think about that for a second. Think about how lethal that front three could be. And look, I know that a lot of rival fans have been talking as well. They've been telling us, oh, Victor Gyokeres, he's going to flop at Arsenal. He's going to flop. Oh, it's a farmers' league. Look, you don't score the many goals that you score, even if it's not the same level of intensity as the Premier League. You don't score those many goals by not knowing where the goal is. You've seen both the amount of chances that Arsenal can create and just fail to put away. You've seen as well Victor Gyokeres play in the Champions League and actually thrive in it. We've seen real talent from this man. And seeing him in an Arsenal shirt, it is very exciting for us. Everyone's saying that he's going to flop. Maybe some of them do believe that, but I don't think most of them do. I think they're all trying to convince themselves more than anyone else. But with Victor Gyokeres presumably over the line, after of course medical signing and announcement, obviously he can't make the full pre-season. Unfortunately, I would have loved to have seen that. Hopefully he can make the Tottenham game though, in the pre-season. At least that's what I'm hearing, the earliest he might make. And I do hope he can make that. But on top of that though, we've got a lot of reports that have come in about strongly linking us with Eze and Rodrigo, as I've said. And I'd like to delve a bit more into that as well, and what that could mean for Arsenal. So Eberechi Eze, he's actually come from the Arsenal Academy, but we sold him off. We told him, you're not good enough. And I actually think the way that that's gone, and the fact that we got rid of him was probably for the best of him ultimately. I don't think he would have thrived if we kept him at Arsenal. But going to Crystal Palace, a club that has a bit of a lower bar, but at the same time does allow talent to thrive in their squad, I think this was probably the best thing that could have possibly happened to him. Now, hopefully, he's still got Arsenal at heart. Hopefully, he can still he still wants to make that move to Arsenal. Because I can see him in a very strong rotation with Odegaard. Let's just assume that Odegaard isn't performing very well. We can take him off, bring an Eze on. Or if we don't get a Rodrigo or someone to play on that left wing, we can put Eze on that left wing position. But I do hear that the Eze deal is completely separate from the left wing deal. Apparently, we're looking at a player who's a left wing, and it's not going to be Eze. Again, I'm saying apparently here. This is speculation. I don't know. But I would love to see a front three of Rodrigo, of Gyokeres, of Bukayo Saka, and considering the depth that we have sorted out with Andrea Berta, bringing in Kepa as a backup goalkeeper, bringing in Mosquera as a backup to Saliba, bringing in Norgard and Zubimendi as replacements for Jorginho and Thomas Partey, bringing in Madueke in what I'm assuming to be a backup for Bukayo Saka, which we have desperately lacked, and bringing in Victor Gyokeres as a starting out-and-out striker. We have to give him his flowers at this point. This has been a phenomenal transfer window. And if rumours are to be believed that we're looking at getting Eze and an additional left winger, it's only going to get better. Of course, we are going to have to offload a little bit. And I am thinking as well about that left back position. I understand that we have Calafiori and Miles Lewis-Skelly there. But one thing I'm concerned about is Zinchenko. Because I'm hearing that Zinchenko, he's one of the higher likely players to leave Arsenal. So understanding as well that Calafiori, he's absolutely injury prone. I'm sorry, but Calafiori, I love him as a player, but he is made of glass. I do think we will need an addition to that left back position. But look, let me know what you think down below. Like, share, comment, please subscribe. Tell me what you think about Victor Gyokeres coming to Arsenal. Are you excited? Are you nervous? I know I'm a bit of both. But I will see you guys in the next video. And it will be the preview to the very first pre-season match coming up tomorrow. Goodbye for now.